Coming up on Fulton Today, citizens do their part in court to help keep their neighborhood safe. We'll tell you how. And we'll show you the police department's new state-of-the-art crime-fighting vehicles. Fulton Today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. Citizens put up a united front to rid crime in their community. It was all a part of the district attorney's Citizens Court Watch program in action, all to rid a serial burglar. FGTV's Tiffany Harlow has our story.
Shania, it's been a long time coming, but finally residents of Midtown Atlanta are getting their day in court to confront an all too familiar face and name.
The case of Charles Eccles.
Members of the Morningside and Virginia Highlands communities packed the courtroom to watch defendant Charles Eccles enter a guilty plea for committing nearly 15 residential burglaries in their neighborhoods.
Mr. Eccles broke a window with a garden tool and entered our house. He set off the alarm system, and he had apparently had two other attempted burglaries, including Councilman Juan, that day, and so the police were nearby. They thought they had him pinned in our house. When we arrived home from getting our call from our alarm company, there were 5 squad cars, soon to be 8, and a helicopter over the house.
As a 12-time convicted felon, Eccles drew a lot of attention after he caught his most recent case, so much so that victims and community members took part in the Citizens Court Watch program, sponsored by the Fulton County District Attorney's Office.
The Citizens Court Watch program allows Fulton County citizens an opportunity to see firsthand how the criminal justice system works. They're able to come and sit in court and hear and see what happens. And we sometimes say it is the eyes and ears of the community in court.
Some community members have been participating in Citizens Court Watch for years, and for these interested residents, the Eccles case is important for more reasons than one.
For the most part, I was very satisfied, and it gave me a real deep personal sense of satisfaction to be able to be called to the witness stand and be able to voice my opinions of my community that I live in.
Several of the Eccles victims were able to give impact statements at the sentencing and tell the judge in person how this case has affected their community. Ultimately, Mr. Eccles received 15 years in prison, a result that most can be proud of. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Tiffany Harlow.
Thank you very much, Tiffany. Meanwhile, the police department has added some high-tech equipment to help keep you safe. The new state-of-the-art vehicles, courtesy of the Department of Homeland Security, will be used in some of the most dangerous situations. Captain Wade Yates is here now to tell us about the vehicles and how they will be used. He is the Special Operations Commander with the Fulton County Police Department. Sir, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Thanks for giving me the opportunity to talk about our new equipment.
All right, so first things first, Captain, let's talk about that. I think it's called the Lenco Bearcat vehicle behind you. How long have y'all had that?
The Fulton County Police Department is a member of the Urban Area Security Initiative, which is a Homeland Security grant program. About 2 weeks ago, we took delivery of a Lenco Bearcat, which in layman's terms, it's an armored rescue vehicle.
And sir, what is the vehicle used for?
The Lenco Bearcat is an armored vehicle, so it's used for getting officers in and out of dangerous situations, active shooter situations, things of that nature. It just enables us to get a lot closer to the threat area, to do a downed officer rescue or to pull civilians out of harm's way.
And so you know the people want to see, show them some of the features.
Some of the features are a thermal camera and day-night cameras as well. As you can see, it's got a large mast on it. It's approximately 19 feet tall. It allows us to see just about anything for great distances. On the front of the vehicle, another daylight and nighttime color camera is mounted, with also a thermal imager, which allows us to see heat sources in complete darkness.
And next to that Bearcat is another vehicle. What is that?
It's a non-armored vehicle. It's a delivery vehicle. We can put the entire SWAT team in it to go from one location to the other. Typically, it's used to go from a rally point straight up to wherever the search warrant or arrest warrant is being executed. It's very tall. The door opening is over 7 feet tall, so the operators can run out the back without having to duck. It's easy to get in and out of, has a nice step. It also is self-contained. It's got a generator that runs an air conditioning unit. So on long SWAT callouts in the summertime, we can use it as a rest station as we rotate SWAT operators in and out, let them get out of the heat, get something to drink. We also carry on board that vehicle all of our hostage negotiations equipment, and when we utilize that equipment, that's where the hostage negotiators will set up.
And is that also from Homeland Security?
The delivery vehicle was also part of the UASI grant program, which is through the Homeland Security grant, and it was purchased this time last year.
And Captain, how are these two vehicles different?
The non-armored vehicle moves the entire SWAT team from place to place and also doubles as a command post. The armored vehicle allows us to get right up close to a threat or go into a dangerous area to rescue whether it be citizens or downed officers. So they're completely different vehicles, but both of them allow us to be a lot more effective in SWAT callouts and dangerous situations.
All right, Captain Wade Yates with the Fulton County Police Department. Nice equipment. Thank you so much for your time, and please be safe.
Thanks for having me, Shania.
Now, as many of you enjoy this holiday season, Fulton firefighters are on alert for what has traditionally been a very busy week for first responders. According to the U.S. Fire Administration, Christmas trees account for 250 fires nationally and nearly $14 million in property damage each year. Fire officials say most of the live tree fires are caused by shorts in electrical lights or open flames from candles.
Well, on natural trees, obviously the biggest thing is water. You're taking a tree and cutting it, which is, cutting it away from its water source. In order to keep it, the needles from falling off, you have to put plenty of water in it. It's recommended that when you get your tree, you cut at least 6 inches off the trunk in order to open up those pores so water can get in. It's also recommended that you place that tree in a full bucket of water overnight prior to putting it up for decorations.
Artificial trees have problems as well.
Artificial trees, what you want to make sure there is that you have a tree that is UL rated, and that's Underwriters Laboratory. Has been tested by the Underwriters Laboratory as being fire retardant. The biggest thing with that, same thing with putting lights on it and things like that. You want to make sure that the fire retardant label is there, because you can get knockoffs and various things like that that hasn't been tested.
First responders urge residents to have a working fire extinguisher and smoke alarm in the home and call 911, of course, at the first sign of any trouble. Residents young and old are pitching in to help make the holiday season a bit brighter for the less fortunate. Since 2009, Fulton County Youth Commissioners have been on a mission to fight hunger with a food drive called Can Pain. With your help, they want to collect 46 barrels of canned food by December 16th, the end of this week, to deliver to the Atlanta Community Food Bank.
Many of our families are in most need after the holiday season. The cans collected service families all throughout the year.
Over 40 organizations, businesses, and Fulton County departments and high school students are participating.
Our young people take pride in giving back to their communities and understand the needs of Fulton County residents. Therefore, we have coordinated what we call Campaign to Fight Hunger, in which we collect cans and organize rivals between Fulton County entities, Fulton County schools, and local nonprofits.
Last year, youth commissioners collected more than 7,500 pounds of food, enough to feed nearly 19,000 people. Now, you can get more information on the campaign by calling or emailing Reginald Crosley. And still to come, South Fulton residents talk budget in a series of public meetings. Hear what they have to say in our district by district coverage next.
You're watching Fulton Today.
A new center in Fulton County opens to promote financial literacy, and elected officials from all across the country converge in the metro. Here's this week's district by district coverage.
We begin in District 1 with Chairman John Eves addressing a group of professionals at the National Association of Counties, NACO, Large Urban County Caucus Convention, County commissioners from all over the nation attended the Leadership in Action session held at the Lowe's Hotel in downtown Atlanta.
We have come together along with the executive director of the National Association of Counties. We call it NACO. We're prioritizing some of the major challenges and issues that are confronting large counties around the country in the areas of health care, criminal justice, transportation, economic development.
The large Urban County Caucus retreat gives county officials a chance to share ideas and discuss ways to influence federal legislation.
This is extremely important. We have a planning retreat every year in the fall to set our agenda in terms of policies and legislation that impacts the large counties of America. We represent more than 65% of this nation's populations, and we come from diverse and varied backgrounds across America.
27 elected county officials nationwide traveled to Fulton County to attend the meeting. District 5 Commissioner Emma Idernell turns her attention this week to the alarming number of HIV and AIDS cases in her district. As health professionals host a series of educational forums and events around the county this month as a part of World AIDS Day, the Vice Chair wants her constituents to know that county HIV prevention and treatment services are available year-round.
We have reached almost the tipping point with respect to dealing with this terrible pandemic disease. The number of people who are being treated is almost the same number as those who are being infected. We know that most of the HIV/AIDS patients are international, 90%, but we still have a number that is too high, especially in District 5. We've been told by public health officials that zip code 30318 has one of the highest rates of HIV/AIDS in Fulton County.
Earlier this year, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention awarded $4.5 million to Fulton and DeKalb counties to implement high-impact HIV prevention programs. Fulton County's Health Department provides STD testing at its centers. Contact the main number at 404-612-1211 to get more information, or go online at fultoncountygahealth.org. We'll have more on the county's World AIDS Day events in our Common Ground report. District 6 focuses on promoting financial literacy by opening the Hope Financial Dignity Center. The center offers free home buying, small business workshops, and money management classes to the public. Commissioner Joan Garner is excited about the new facility, and she believes that it will benefit residents and business owners in her district.
It is something that is sorely needed in our county, and particularly in District 6, because the Boulevard Corridor has the highest concentration of poverty in the state. When businesses and individuals visit the center, they will see a vibrant community. The resources are right there. They will see people who are engaged and who really want to make a difference in their own lives, which means that when they make a difference in their lives, they are making a difference in their communities.
The Hope Center here in Atlanta, we just did our grand opening on November 14th. We are a center that will provide multiple functions. We have a 12-week entrepreneurship program that takes a person from having an idea into full-blown incorporated and ready to do business.
The Hope Financial Dignity Center is located in the MLK Community Resource Complex behind Ebenezer Baptist Church. For more information, call 404-228-0155. And finally, in District 7, Commissioner William Bill Edwards leads a series of public meetings to discuss the South Fulton Tax District budget. He invites members of the public to attend sessions and to provide input on a possible millage rate increase.
The important thing about the South Fulton Tax District is for everybody to note is that our tax values have consistently gone down. In 2013, we're looking at a projected 5% lower than the previous year. That's significant in terms of delivering the services.
The South Fulton Tax District funds services like fire, police, and animal control to the area.
Knowing that we have this dilemma in terms of the decrease in property value, they're saying, Bill, what is it that we have to do to get us to where we need to be? We offered a 2 mil tax increase tonight. Overwhelmingly, without any objections, they said, let's do it.
Everybody should, whatever opportunity you get to find out more about the government, the county where you live, the place where you live, how they get their money, where they get it, what they do with it, you should want to know.
The last bill on the budget hearing will take place on December 18th at Burdett Gym. For For more information, call 404-612-3079. With this week's District by District coverage, I'm Darrell Peak.
Thank you very much. Now, you can catch more of your commissioners at work all this week with the rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And when we come back, celebrating World AIDS Day with facts and fashion. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Portions of the following segment are part of the Fulton County Common Ground Initiative. Common Ground, the county's comprehensive solution to the problem of health disparities in the community.
Health professionals from two of the state's biggest counties come together for the Getting to Zero campaign. The World's AIDS Day outreach, sponsored by Fulton and DeKalb, dealt with a serious issue with a fashion flair. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn has the story in this week's Common Ground Report.
One of the highlights of the Fulton DeKalb World AIDS Day events was held here on the campus of Morehouse College. It was a fashion show, and all of the garments were fashioned out of condoms. That's right, condoms. The creative spirit was definitely in the house at the first ever Atlanta Project Condom. The concept of having local designers and models create and wear clothing made from condoms in a fashion show comes from South Carolina and has since spread around the globe.
We are targeting the community, and we're trying to find innovative and creative ways to heighten people's awareness around the use of condoms and how it can be used as protection not only against acquiring HIV, but other STDs.
With Hot 1079's Gary with the T as MC, the models strutted their stuff. Check out this black and blue number. How about the green and black? The all blue. An outfit for the guys, and a white dress with yellow accents. The safe sex message, according to one student in attendance, is getting through.
I'm not concerned because I know I'm safe, I'm tested, I'm good, I'm chilling, I'm Gucci.
They're very similar shows around the world, so I would love to make this an annual thing here in Atlanta around World AIDS Day, just to keep everybody engaged in the fight against HIV.
The campaign to prevent HIV infections and to stop deaths from AIDS is nowhere near zero. But county health officials know that the more we talk about these issues, the more we keep them in the spotlight, the better chance we have of reaching that goal. To that end, the second major attraction of the World AIDS Day events was this town hall meeting at the Auburn Avenue Research Library. Fulton host Dr. Patrice Harris set forth the purpose.
We have an epidemic here in Fulton and DeKalb counties. We recently received direct funding from the CDC to raise awareness and address this epidemic. And so today is a program that is part of our ongoing, what will be our ongoing multi-year strategy to what we call Get to Zero.
The screening of the acclaimed PBS documentary, The End Game, led into the panel discussion.
Even though the HIV medication may be 1, 2, or 3 pills, you still have other supplements and prescription medications that you're taking. So guess what I am now? I am a pill popper.
What would be a good timetable as far as to go get tested for AIDS?
And you can get tested every couple of months, because at some point it's like playing Russian roulette. At some point you'll come up positive.
Participants were optimistic we can get to zero new HIV infections and zero AIDS deaths.
Yes, we're going to get to zero by continuing to work together, to continue to collaborate with community agencies and to actually get the word out about testing, especially to our young people, educating our young people. And it's just going to take a lot more work, a lot more effort, but we're going to get to zero by doing all of that.
With the Common Ground Report, I'm Lynn Vaughn, FGTV.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Meanwhile, another group of health experts are fighting the diabetes epidemic through a unique educational opportunity. These women could be relaxing at a beauty shop, but instead they are learning critical information about the prevention and management of diabetes.
We still need to control our blood sugar because we can develop diabetes at any age and at any time.
Christine Boyd is a board-certified diabetes educator. She described to clients at Woodbridge at Parkway Village in Fairburn the symptoms they should be aware of.
Extreme thirst, dry mouth, frequent urination, particularly at night, tiredness, blurred vision. These are some of the frequent infections that are not healing. Men or women could have sexual dysfunction. So a lot of these are the common signals that the body's giving you that something is not right.
Essie Williams has been a diabetic for 20 years. She says the presentation reinforced her desire to improve her diet.
Well, one thing I learned is the eating habit, which we all have, and I learned that I should try to break my eating habit.
To schedule a diabetes info session for your group or organization, call the Health Promotion Division of Health Services at 404-613-1243. The American Diabetes Association has excellent information on its website, including recipes and cookbooks. Go to diabetes.org or call 404-320-7100. Well, it's 4 and out, not downs as in football, but in drives as in blood drives. 4 times a year, the American Red Cross mobilizes in the Government Center to collect blood for its life-saving blood banks. And always, Fulton County employees and residents handling business in the building generously help the agency meet its goal. This is the time of year that blood is most in need. And in this season of giving, donors explain why they share this gift of life.
To save a life, you know, because if I was in the need of blood, I would want someone to donate, so I donate.
You never know when you may need it yourself, and it's always good to give back. If you're continuously giving blood and then you don't give, then supply is going to run out at some point. So it's just to know that at least if someone does need it, it's there.
Go online to redcrossblood.org to find a location to donate blood or call them at 404-876-3302. You can also help by becoming a volunteer or even hosting a blood drive. And still to come on Fulton Today, seeing much of the same in this exhibit, only different. We'll explain.
You're watching Fulton Today.
An exhibit at a county arts center could have some people feeling just a little blue. Monochrome is the name of the latest exhibit at the Abernathy Arts Center. The artwork was done by instructors and students at the center. Some of the works are drawn, painted, and made from clay. Each piece uses a single color scheme like blue to convey different emotions.
Monochromatic artwork is the use of one color in your piece, and you can use different value scales within that color, but it's like a gray scale plus one color. Sort of reminiscent of the emotions in black and white photography.
Residents can see this exhibit for free until December 19th. You can visit fultonarts.org for more information. And finally, Rolling Stone prints are at a county library, but they didn't come from a famous magazine. They came from a lithography printing company called Rolling Stone Press, and a collection of the company's prints are hanging at the Mechanicsville Branch Library. Lithography art is produced with ink and limestone hand-printed to paper. The art form started in the late 1700s and is still practiced today. The exhibit is a tribute to Rolling Stone Press' significance to Georgia's art history.
The purpose of this exhibit is to basically showcase permanent lithographs, which were actually purchased in 2005 by the Fulton County Arts Council Arts Program, and it was to basically pay tribute to Rolling Stone Press.
Rolling Stone Press was the first and only lithography print shop in Atlanta for 21 years. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs here on FGTV. Go to our website to take a survey or email or call us. The number 404-612-8317. The email address is fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV, friend us on Facebook, and watch us on YouTube. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.